Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Empire Life podcast, where we interview incredible female founders from all around the world, and every now and then a few male founders. And today is a solo episode. And I want to talk about what it means to be an incredible mentor and coach. These past 2 years have been pivotal for a lot of us in business. We've made pivots, changes, a lot of growth edges that came up for me. I'm sure as for you too, if you're listening to this. And it really got me reflecting on what does it actually mean to be an incredible mentor and coach. There's a lot of coaches in my network, in all my online communities, which are growing every day. And at least right now, as I'm recording this in September, 500,000 people and more. It's growing frequently every day. In LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook group, LinkedIn group, or LinkedIn business page, Facebook business page, Facebook group. It's incredible. It's called Empire Life for female founders to feel really supported, feel like themselves, intuitive, successful, ambitious, incredible women there who are CEOs and founders themselves. A lot of coaches and mentors. Coming back to this question, what is it that makes a person an amazing mentor and coach? What is it that these people feel when they walk away from your program? If you have an online course, we have a few online courses at Empire Life. Or there's one-on-one with me, one-on-one mentorship, which we have 2 spots right now left for this year. How do I want my clients or my mentees to feel when they walk away from me? And I feel like that question answers, if we really reflect on that, it probably answers what it is to be an incredible mentor and coach for our clients. It relates with support, accountability, holding the space for them, the container, as people call it in the spiritual realm, holding a container. I didn't quite fully understand this until I hosted my first online event in 2017. And over 50 people came, and it felt as if my container was expanding. I had, some people like to call it event fatigue towards the end of the event. I was on a high actually towards the end of the event, and I think I was awake till 5 a.m. that day. Even when I got home, I was feeling all the energy from the event. And then for almost a week, I was completely like non-responsive. I could barely talk. I needed to move my client calls to the next week. I had no idea how my container was going to expand and what kind of leadership I was expanding or stepping into by having an in-person event. Even having an online event with a lot of people coming, even if there's 5 people that come or 5 to 10 people, and it's super curated and has been planned out for a long time, that's a container of a lot of space to hold for people. I mean, even if it's 5 to 10 people. And when we're working one-on-one with clients, we're also holding all the space for their growth, looking at all of the areas where they can grow, where they need to grow, watching transformations happen a lot of times, even on the Zoom call, on the online strategy session with them. Taking a sip of my drink. I'll share a story with you. One of my clients this last year, when we were on a strategy session, she was starting to feel really emotional about raising her prices. And sometimes when this is me holding the container as her mentor, business coach, and also her tech person and digital marketing, those are all my areas of expertise: sales, business, tech, and digital marketing. As that person for her and holding the container, I allowed her to feel everything she needed to feel in that moment. I was quiet. I was listening. I wasn't also at the same time taking on her emotions. I was allowing her to own them, feel it, own it, claim it, talk about what it is. And she was describing to me at first, and you may have seen women do this on social media before. Empire Life is a luxury company. Our prices are comparable to other people in the field, but we always we want our prices to be slightly in a way that they may stretch or expand the other person, that it's a true investment in themselves to bring us on, to support them, my team and I. And she was describing this to me. She said, I really want to raise my prices. If I feel so vulnerable that I made this investment in myself, and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do all the things necessary in this time that we are working with one another and you're supporting me. I'm worried about this. And she was crying, the ugly cry, snot, and she was crying a lot. Not that she looked ugly, she's beautiful. I mean, technically, sometimes people refer to it like that, like it's where you have snot and you're just letting it all come out. And I just listened. I actually don't think it's ugly at all. I think it's beautiful when people cry and release. It was a great release for her to talk it through. She was having the realization or the transformation that she felt. If I charge a certain amount of money, will the other person feel like I'm feeling right now? Like maybe they're not good enough. Maybe they're not going to do enough of the work. Maybe they're going to feel like, I wish I could have done more. I'm just not sure I could do more so I can get all of this. I could just soak all of this value up that my mentor and coach is offering me because I love being around them. I want all the transformations all the time. I want to experience all of it. Towards the end of her sharing all of this with me, the transformation was in all of it is working out in due time. I am doing the best I can. This is what she was transforming within herself. I am good enough. I am doing the best I can. Everything works out for me in due time. I have time. There's no rush. I have time. I will be successful in my business. I will continue to be successful in my business. Allison deserves to be paid even more money than I'm paying for her. This was not about me and our energy exchange of money. This was about, and a lot of times it's not. A really great mentor or coach realizes those money blocks or things related to money in the conversation are most likely not related to them and their support. It's related to the block that their client is experiencing. And all we can do is hold the space or the container for them to transform those feelings. Because if a business person, so I guide and I mentor female business owners who are really successful, they already have well over 10 to 20K months. They've seen a lot of success. They are at a point where they have brought at least 5 people, say 2 to 5 people on their team, and they're wanting to bring more people on the team, to pay more people on their team, delegate more, and they feel like they're maxed on their bandwidth, and they want a strategist or business coach like myself and mentor to come in and say, this is where you need to focus. These are the strategies to get to point A to point B to where you want to go. There's a lot of transformations within that. When we raise our prices, as I was holding the container for this previous client with that, it can feel almost spiritual. There's a ownership of affirmations and I am good enough. I am worthy of this. I add immense value to the world and I deserve to have an energetic exchange for this immense value that I'm adding. Another topic that I wanted to cover, I think creates an incredible coach and mentor, is that we only need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead in the direction that our potential client wants to go. We need to be 1 or 2 steps ahead in the direction that our potential client or our client wants to go in order to mentor them. To give you an example, if in my business I'm having $50,000 months and I'm continuing to scale and I'm building a team to bring on a new client who's having $20,000 months, around she has 5 employees, let's say, and she really wants to continue to scale. Where I'm at is in the direction that she wants to go. She probably wants to make more money, pay more employees, learn how to delegate more, how to efficiently train those teammates and employees, where her attention needs to be focused. And I'm the perfect person, if it's a good fit, we talk and it's a good fit, to be able to guide her. Another person who has, let's say, 2 clients and they're making around $10,000 a month would be a perfect person to guide someone who is making around $5,000 to $8,000 a month, whichever currency you're using. It could be just a little bit more money or a few more clients that the mentor coach has, or that mentor coach is an expert in online events, in-person events. They might have a huge Facebook group, or even 1,000 people or more in their Facebook group. It means that they pretty much know what they're doing. They've gotten their feet wet. There's more than 1,000 people. That's quite a few people if you really think about it. If 1,000 people are paying $10,000, that's $100,000. If you think about it like that, if each one of those people even bought something around $1,000 of a program or an online course, that can really add up and is a great community to start building. So if you start looking for someone who you want to be your mentor or coach, those are some clear guidelines to search for. Someone who's capable to hold a container for you for transformations. They're a great listener. You feel comfortable at home, yet you also feel accountable and expansive, that you can expand within that container, and they're going to hold you accountable. They're going to have great boundaries with you, because they know the potential to where you can go. That's most likely why they decided that you were also a good fit to become their client. And you're paying them a good amount of money because of their value, in exchange for their value that they're bringing you for their years of learning, of expertise to be able to share with you in those strategy sessions or an online course. Also, that they're a few steps ahead of you, maybe 1 or 2 steps ahead of where you are desiring to go. And if you like this one, I definitely am going to do more solo episodes. It was so fun. I'm really passionate about this topic. If you like this one and you want to add, please comment anywhere that you see this podcast. We're going to broadcast this podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, or iPodcast, and Spotify. So we'll be in all those places, probably on Facebook, on our Facebook group too, which is Empire Life. And I will talk to you guys really soon when we're back with the next episode of the Empire Life podcast.